just wanted to say, you know how we always hear people talk about how like men can't take rejection, and we always see these examples of them acting aggressive or disrespectful once they've gotten rejected. I think we've all faced some form of rejection, so we know how it can feel, how it feels negative. It's not a good feeling, but that, I guess that's where emotional intelligence come in at, and you just realize that everybody is not going to choose you, and you go on about your life. But I wanted to say that, like, when I'm on, what is it, threads and stuff like that, and I see people put like parts of whatever things that they've encountered, I realize that women are just as terrible at accepting rejection as men. Because on the flip side, you know, guys, some of them get aggressive, disrespectful. Some of them definitely take it too far instead of just walking away once you get rejected. But I see a lot of ladies, they go down this rabbit hole of creating these scenarios as to why the man didn't choose them or chose to like no longer see them after a couple dates or whatever the case is. And I saw one in particular. The lady was saying that, you know, she had been conversing with this man, and when she first met him, she had on her workout attire, you know, dressed down and this, that, and the other. She was real specific on what she had on when she first met him. When this man approached her, talked to her after a couple conversations, and asked her out on a date. And then once she went on this date, she also put emphasis on what she had on then. She mentioned that she was glammed up, she was accessorized, she was, you know, had on her, I think she said, one of those luxury purses, might have been Louis Vuitton, might have been Gucci, one of those. She had on her expensive gear for this date. And then, so basically, after the date and stuff like that, he told her that he didn't want to waste her time. So although that was a respectful thing to do, he went on and said he was going to leave it there. He didn't want to pursue anything further, didn't want to waste her time, right? I think that's the most like transparent a person could be with anybody. Let them know, I'm not going to lead you on. I'm not going to make you think anything but what it is right here, right now. So she mentioned those outfits and basically put emphasis on, he approached her when she was dressed down and I guess not in her element of like the best upkeep, or I wouldn't say best upkeep, but just like didn't know she was coming with that. Didn't know by her outfit that she was high maintenance. And so made up this whole thing as to why he didn't want to deal with her. Basically was the point of like he couldn't handle her, he couldn't afford her, and basically saw that she was living a lifestyle that he wouldn't be able to upkeep. And while multiple things can be true, it's just like, how did you come to that conclusion from this man just saying, I don't want to waste your time, I don't want to go any further with this? Like, that's the most transparent a person can be, right? And so it was just crazy to me that it was a bunch of comments also agreeing with her, and just these like, you know, validating comments like, yeah, girl, you dodged the bullet. He was probably going to XYZ. He, whatever, he's probably broke anyway. And I just thought, although that's not as bad as like just blatantly being aggressive and disrespectful, but to make up this entire scenario as to why this person is just overall not a good person because they decided not to continue on with you is insane. And another example of where we see that both parties are just absolutely terrible at accepting rejection are those balloon pop shows. We see time and time again the moment somebody pops their balloon, and now here comes the insult. Here comes the insults. Here comes the, now I gotta fry you, I'm about to cook you, I'm about to talk about you from head to toe, and all of that. So, and that comes from both sides. So we know, like, it's given, it's just in everybody's nature to not be able to accept rejection. Because I get it, it's not a good feeling. But the way you go about it says a lot about you as a person. And everybody gotta do better with just accepting it, processing it, and going on about your way. Like, it's not even something to really beat yourself up about. It's not nothing to bash the other person about. it's just best to take it for what it is and go on about your way, because everybody has their fair share of not choosing others, and that is okay, because you don't have to accept everybody who comes your way, and everybody that you come in contact with does not have to accept you, does not have to want you, and that is cool. Okay, that is cool. Like, we're coming up, I'm deviating from that point, but because we're coming up on a year of one of the videos I posted about I was ghosted for the first time and it was not a good feeling. And in that video, I only focus on the feeling of feeling rejected and how like it can come out of nowhere, and like it could have been this, it could have been that, but like at the end of the day, it's just a feeling that I have to process and I understand, right? Nowhere did I try to downplay the person I was dealing with or associated with them not being able to upkeep my lifestyle, or all of a sudden they're less than and they can't handle me, for whatever that means. But it's just crazy that people do not accept rejection as it is and going about their life. They either have to make you feel low by being disrespectful or aggressive towards you, or they have to make this scenario in their head as to why you aren't a good candidate because you didn't choose them. And I think everybody just needs to learn how to accept the fact that everybody is not going to choose you, and that is okay. There is no reason to get disrespectful. There's no reason to make any assumptions as to a person being broke or somebody's sexuality not being straight. Just let it go and move on. It's okay. But a lot of people are showing that they have inflated egos, and they need to tone it down a little bit, because it is not that deep. And to go down a rabbit hole for all the reasons a person didn't choose you is crazy. Because when we don't choose, like if we're in the place of not choosing someone, is it that deep for y'all? Are you not choosing this person because, oh yeah, I can't handle them, or you just saw something you didn't like and you rather go on about your life? It is okay for somebody to meet you, converse, take you out on a date, and realize, while they're a great person or not, I don't want to continue further. Or they're not offering what I'm looking for in whatever time frame I'm trying to get it. And that's okay. But I think everybody got to do better about accepting rejection. And from what I'm seeing, women are no better. No better. But I'll catch y'all in the next one.